Hey YouTube, today we are going to be reviewing the Sonic Defenders EP4s from Surefire. Yes, it is the same company that makes flashlights, tactical flashlights, and tactical streamlights. Other than that, these are earplugs in EP4. They have different configurations: EP3, EP4, EP5, and EP6. EP3 has, instead of 3 baffles here, has only 2. The EP4 has obviously these 3 baffles. The EP5 doesn't have this little plug right here that you see. Let's see if I can get a better angle of that. There you go. Doesn't have this little plug right here that you see to plug this. It's just completely plugged. And the EP6s are just a black version of the EP3s. It's their signature edition, whatever. I got these off of eBay for about $14 shipped. Shipped to my door. They do sell these at my local gun shop as well for $15 plus New York State tax. So that's why I went with eBay, because there's free shipping. They come color-coded, as you can see. One has a red buffer, one has a clear buffer. And they come from eBay, from the store on eBay, with this little case. They come from the one at my gun store with this flat case that has 2 little snaps to open it. From what I've heard, those cases don't hold up as well as these cases do. These cases, you can pretty much give them a beating. These are supposed to last for 6 months before these baffles get a little hard and stop sealing up your ear as well as they should. So just be aware of that they do have about a 6-month lifespan. But for $15 every 6 months, you really can't go wrong. $30 a year for reusable hearing protection is a steal. So, anyway, I decided to get these after hearing very mixed reviews about them. A lot of people say that they use them for shooting at the range, and they're junk. You can still hear everything through it. Your ears are ringing, blah, blah, blah. I haven't found that to be true. A lot of people also say that they use these for shooting at the range, and they're fine. I've found that to be a little more consistent. I guess it's all on how you wear these. I went to an indoor range shooting a 9mm pistol, which, for those of you that deal in English instead of metric, that's about 360 thousandths. So it's below a 38, below a 40 cal, above a 22. I don't know if you guys are getting this. Anyway, I only shoot 115 grain standard pressure projectiles. So I had these in my ears the entire time that IDPA was going on, and I had these baffles out. This plug out, and I could hear conversations. I could hear people around me just fine. But whenever the guns went off, they were muffled down to a safe noise level. I don't know how it works. I don't ask. It just does. So these were muffled to a safe level, even with the plugs out. Now, when it was my turn to shoot for IDPA, I put the plugs in, which I generally did not have to take these out of my ears to do. It hurts a little bit because you're pushing them deeper in your ear canal at the same time you're trying to plug this hole, so it does hurt a little bit. But, when I stepped up to shoot, I plugged these two, and it's almost the same amount of noise reduction as the foam plugs, which are pretty good. So I was able to shoot my 9mm with it being, 3 feet in front of me, without having any ringing in the ears or thinking that it was uncomfortably loud. I do like these a lot. Now, the EP3s have the 2 baffles instead of the 3 baffles, and they're rated to protect you from noise. They're rated at, I think, like 19 decibel noise protection. These are at 24. That's, of course, with the stoppers in. One thing I do have to tell you about is this ear size thing. I generally have a small ear. The iPod headphones do not fit in my ears. I was a little worried about getting the mediums, which they say fit most people. I'm not most people, but I did get the mediums, and they fit perfectly in my ear. I wore these for, I want to say, 2.5 hours straight without a problem. No pain. They didn't come unstuck from my ears. They sealed the entire time. They're very comfortable. They stayed in. I adjusted the volume level with the plugs again, and everything was golden. One thing I do suggest about these is that because these center baffles, the colored, like this one's the colored one, the other one's the clear one, they come out fairly easy. I don't know why that is. As you can see, there's a very tiny hole in there. I'm not sure if you can see that. Here, let me see if I can. Yeah, I think you can see it now. There's a very tiny hole in there. So what I'm going to do is to remedy this. I don't know if this is to change out these plugs, because this plug will now slide right off of here. See? There's the plug. And there is the center baffle. I don't know if it's meant to be like this so you can change these plugs out, but when these are plugged up and you're trying to open this up so you can hear a conversation, I oftentimes just pull out this red baffle. And same thing with the clear one on the other side. So I think I'm going to have to take a drop of super glue and super glue the baffle into the body of my earplug, just so I, can plug them up and then pull the plug out without having the red baffle come out on me. There really is no break-in period to these. It's just stick them in your ear, and I suggest doing this right when you get it and not the first time you go to the range. But stick it in your ear and make sure you know how to put them in fast and efficiently. You may need to tug up on your ear as you're slipping them in. These go very far into the ear canal, to the point where if you put a Q-tip in that far, it'll hurt. I did that the other day. That was a mistake. So these do go very deep into your ear canal. The only thing is they do pick up earwax that you can't get to with a Q-tip. They pick it up on the end here. People say just carry around alcohol wipes and wipe them off. I do it with air. I either just blow on them or I use my air compressor to blow them off. And that doesn't seem to be a problem at all. So, all in all, these are great at the range. I cannot speak to how well EP3s are or EP6s. The reason I went with the EP4s is because I wanted to be able to fire a gun and have my hearing protected. And that's exactly what I got from these. I would rate these up there with the foam earplugs. You can also, good part about these is you can easily, because of how thin they are and the fact that they actually fit in your ear, this part goes in your ear as well. This goes in your ear canal, but this goes in your external part of your ear. You can wear hearing protection over these as well, be it electronic muffs or just your regular style cut the lawn ear muffs, I guess is the best way to put that. They slide right over these as well if you do need additional hearing protection. The day after the range or even the night of, there's no ringing in my ears. There was no adverse effects to wearing just these at the range. I was able to hear every conversation. I was able to hear the range master's instructions. I was able to hear the SO's instructions, and I was able to shoot all with these. So if you're looking for reusable ear protection at an affordable price, Sonic Defenders, EarPro, EP4s for the range. I'm assuming you can use EP3 for like cutting the lawn or if people snore, but EP4s for the range, no doubt. And I think you will be very, very pleased. All right, thanks for tuning in for this review. I'm sure there'll be more to come in the future as I get more and more products in. You guys have a good one.